Do you sometimes look around and think, there must be more I can do to create positive change? If so, you're not alone. Many of us feel called to make a difference, but we may not know where to start or how to use our unique gifts to contribute. That's where spiritual activism comes in. Spiritual activism is a powerful approach that combines inner growth with outward action. It's about using our voice, our energy, and our spirit to create positive change in the world. But what exactly is spiritual activism, and how does it differ from traditional forms of activism? At its core, spiritual activism is about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. It's the understanding that our individual actions and growth have a ripple effect on the world around us. Unlike traditional activism, which often focuses solely on external actions and results, spiritual activism starts from within. It begins with self-reflection, personal growth, and a deep connection to our values and beliefs. This approach to creating change is not about loud protests or aggressive confrontations. Instead, it's about cultivating a sense of inner peace and clarity, and then letting that guide our actions in the world. It's about speaking up for what we believe in, but doing so from a place of love, compassion, and understanding. One of the key aspects of spiritual activism is the power of inner work. This involves taking the time to look inward, to understand ourselves better, and to grow as individuals. It's about asking tough questions. What do I truly believe in? What are my core values? How can I align my actions with these values? Self-reflection is a crucial part of this inner work. It involves taking regular time to pause, to step back from the busyness of life, and to examine our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This might involve practices like meditation, journaling, or simply spending quiet time in nature. Through self-reflection, we can gain insights into our motivations, our fears, and our deepest desires. Personal growth is another important aspect of inner work. This is about constantly striving to become the best version of ourselves. It might involve learning new skills, overcoming limiting beliefs, or working on our emotional intelligence. As we grow and evolve as individuals, we become better equipped to create positive change in the world. Connecting with our values is also a crucial part of inner work. Our values are the principles that guide our decisions and actions. They're what we believe is truly important in life. When we're clear about our values, we can make choices that align with them, leading to a sense of authenticity and purpose in our activism. As we do this inner work, we begin to find our unique voice. Each of us has a special combination of passions, strengths, and experiences that make us uniquely suited to contribute in certain ways. Identifying our passions is about understanding what truly lights us up, what issues or causes we care deeply about. These are the things that make us want to jump out of bed in the morning, ready to make a difference. Recognizing our strengths is equally important. We all have natural talents and skills that we can bring to our activism. Some of us might be great at public speaking, others at organizing events, and still others at creating art or music that inspires change. By identifying and honing these strengths, we can make our activism more effective and fulfilling. Discovering our purpose is perhaps the most profound part of finding our voice. This is about understanding why we're here, what unique contribution we're meant to make to the world. It's not always easy to uncover our purpose, but as we engage in inner work and spiritual activism, it often becomes clearer over time. As we find our voice and connect with our purpose, we naturally begin to cultivate compassion. Compassion is at the heart of spiritual activism. It starts with compassion for ourselves, recognizing our own struggles and imperfections, and treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. This self-compassion gives us the strength and resilience to face the challenges of activism without burning out. Compassion for others is equally important. It's about truly seeing and understanding the experiences of those around us, including those we might disagree with. When we approach activism from a place of compassion, we're more likely to create lasting change and to inspire others to join us. Compassion for the planet is another crucial aspect. This involves recognizing that we're part of a larger ecosystem and that our actions have consequences for the Earth and all its inhabitants. It's about feeling a deep connection to nature and a desire to protect and nurture it. As we cultivate compassion, we naturally develop more mindful communication skills. Mindful communication is about being fully present and aware in our interactions with others. It starts with active listening, truly hearing what others are saying without immediately jumping to respond or judge. This kind of listening helps us understand different perspectives and find common ground, even with those who might seem to oppose our views. Speaking with intention is another important aspect of mindful communication. This means being thoughtful about the words we choose and the tone we use. It's about communicating our message clearly and powerfully, but without aggression or disrespect. When we speak with intention, our words are more likely to be heard and to inspire positive action. Nonviolent communication techniques can be particularly helpful in spiritual activism. These techniques focus on expressing our observations, feelings, needs, and requests in a way that avoids blame or criticism. By using I statements and focusing on shared human needs, we can have difficult conversations in a way that builds connection rather than division. With these communication skills in our toolkit, we're ready to take inspired action. Spiritual activism isn't just about inner work, it's about translating that inner work into tangible actions that create positive change in the world. This can start with small daily acts. Maybe it's choosing to use less plastic, or speaking up when we witness injustice, or simply spreading kindness in our everyday interactions. These small acts might seem insignificant, but they can create a powerful ripple effect. Community involvement is another important form of action. This might involve volunteering for local organizations, attending town hall meetings, or organizing community events. By getting involved in our local communities, we can create tangible change and inspire others to do the same. For some, spiritual activism might lead to larger-scale projects. This could involve starting a non-profit organization, launching a social enterprise, or leading a campaign for policy change. The key is to let our actions flow naturally from our inner work and our unique voice. Of course, as we engage in spiritual activism, we're bound to face challenges. Burnout is a common issue for many activists. It's important to recognize the signs of burnout, feeling exhausted, cynical, or ineffective, and to take steps to prevent it. This might involve setting boundaries, practicing self-care, or taking breaks when needed. Remember, taking care of ourselves is not selfish. It's essential if we want to sustain our activism over the long term. Handling opposition is another challenge we might face. Not everyone will agree with our views or support our actions. It's important to remember that opposition doesn't necessarily mean we're doing something wrong. It often means we're challenging the status quo, which is often necessary for creating change. The key is to respond to opposition with compassion and understanding, while staying true to our values and purpose. Staying motivated can also be challenging, especially when progress seems slow or setbacks occur. This is where our spiritual practices can be particularly helpful. By staying connected to our inner purpose and to something larger than ourselves, we can find the strength to keep going even when things get tough. Building a support network is crucial for overcoming these challenges and sustaining our activism. Finding like-minded individuals can provide encouragement, inspiration, and practical support. This might involve joining existing groups or creating new ones focused on spiritual activism. Creating or joining groups can amplify our impact and provide a sense of community. These groups might be focused on specific issues or causes, or they might be more general spiritual or personal growth groups. The key is to find or create spaces where we can share our experiences, learn from others, and collaborate on projects. Online communities can also be valuable sources of support and connection. In today's digital age, we can connect with like-minded individuals from around the world, sharing ideas and resources, and collaborating on global initiatives. As we engage in spiritual activism, it's important to find ways to measure our impact. This isn't about keeping score or proving our worth, but about understanding the effects of our actions and learning how we can be more effective. Personal growth indicators can be one way to measure impact. Are we becoming more compassionate, more resilient, more aligned with our values? These inner changes are just as important as external results. Community feedback can also provide valuable insights into our impact. How are people responding to our actions? Are we inspiring others to get involved? Are we seeing shifts in attitudes or behaviors in our community? This feedback can help us refine our approach and stay motivated. The ripple effects of our actions are often the most profound but hardest to measure impacts. Our actions might inspire someone else to make a change, who then inspires someone else, creating a chain reaction of positive change. While we might not always see these ripple effects directly, trusting in their existence can help us stay committed to our activism. Integrating spirituality and activism is an ongoing process. It's about finding a balance between inner work and outer action. This might involve setting aside regular time for